To start off our discussion today, or our presentation, Gwen and Dan will be presenting the speakers track or communication track to us. So please welcome Dan Magallon and Gwen Earle.
Thank you, Gwen.
Good morning, Coastmasters.
Good morning.
Dan and I are going to speak to you today about the communication series. The Competent Communicator Manual is one that each of you received when you first joined Toastmasters. And it allows you to actually complete 10 different projects in that particular manual. The first one is the icebreaker. It gives you an opportunity to talk about yourself. The second one is actually organizing your speech, where you have an opportunity to select a topic and organize that speech. The other is getting to the point, and as you can see here, they're all listed. Your body speaks, and then you have a section in the Competent Communication Manual where you actually evaluate yourself. You have an opportunity to say, what did I do well? What do I need to improve upon? And then you can continue in the Competent Communicator Manual where you actually work on your vocal variety, which gives you an opportunity to do that as well. And then move into research. Select a topic where you can research and present it to the group. And then getting comfortable with visual aids, like with a PowerPoint presentation or with handouts or various props. And then you move into persuading your audience with your speech, and then inspiring them. And then once you complete your 10 projects, then you can actually do another self-evaluation to evaluate how you're doing.
Now, on these, when you look at the book, when I first joined, I didn't really look at the book. And who hasn't read the whole book? Yeah. Toby?
I never had it.
So these are all actually, the way they're developed, they're actually based on a gradient. Each one is so you learn something else and something different and expand on your current knowledge base of your certain speakers. When you figure it out, it actually, I wish they had this when I was working in aerospace, because we did a lot of presentations there and we had just no clue what we were doing. And imagine a bunch of engineers talking about who knows what and completely disorganized. This would have helped a lot. So when you read through them, you'll see that actually each one builds upon another, and of course we get evaluated what we can advance on it as well.
Here is the Competent Communicator Manual. So I encourage you, if you have not read it, to actually read through it. It also provides some tips on the various roles in the meeting, as well as Joan's going to get into the leadership aspect of the manual. It also speaks to you about that, as well as how you can progress in the club. So you want to start off by completing the Competent Communication Manual. There's 10 projects. And then once you complete the Competent Communication Manual, there's actually a checklist in the book where the Vice President of Education, which is Dan here, actually signs off on each of your projects. This is my book. I actually completed it. As you can see, I have the title of the speech that I did, as well as the date, and then the initials by the Vice President of Education of the club. So once you complete your 10 projects, then you submit your form to the Vice President of Education, which is Dan, and then Dan submits it to World Headquarters, and you'll receive a special gift, a lovely certificate.
What this does, it not only helps the group, because we get freebie stuff when we reach certain awards, but it actually helps you. When you advance more and continue on to it, you'll find that with Toastmasters, you can actually do quite a bit with not even more in your life and your work, but actually go on beyond your current position. For example, I know Carter, he's thinking of doing voiceovers. And with Toastmasters, there are different ways of helping that. Now, when I first joined Toastmasters, I didn't know that I would actually be helping out younger people in my profession, because it just wants you to get involved and help other people out. And because you have the skills for speaking, the skills for talking to someone, just like one-on-one situation, you want to do it. You want to help people. And we have the second part of that no one looks at. Of the,
Once you complete the 10 projects in the Competent Communication Manual, then there is a special speech that you can do called the entertaining speaker, where you can actually select a topic and create an entertainment type speech. And then there's also, as I indicated, information about the communication track, which we'll actually go into later.
now, after you do your manuals, what do you have choices on? These are all the advanced type of speaking projects you can do. And as you can see, it actually breaks it down into different areas. Right now, I'm working on the specialty speeches, and that's where you give awards, present awards. I remember I saw Jennifer doing a storytelling one. I'm really excited about doing that one. There's also one in there to talk about how to be a DJ and how to do movie presentations. There's quite a few, and this just totally expands what you can do in sales, public relations, and anything you guys do. We're all salespeople, so we're all gonna need this in some form or another, somewhere or another. Now, I'm looking forward to, and what's really hard for me is doing a roast. That's one of my next ones, but this act. No, it's not, I guess. Huh? This actually tells you how to do it step by step, which is really great. Now, I think what keeps people from going on and wanting to do or not wanting to do it is what are they going to talk about? And this is the part of the presentation where it's going to be a hands-on. I'm going to pass out some information for you, and these are actually speech topics here. To help you in your next manual, try to think of different ways of picking topics or looking at things differently. Now, first we're going to look at a speaking to inform. I just picked out number 4 randomly. That's a fact-finding report for 10 minutes. Who could talk for 10 minutes on facts? Maybe Chuck. You want to prepare a report on a situation or event and deliver factual information on that. Okay, so where do we go from there? What do we look at? What kind of facts can you figure about Disney heroes? A city is a large community where people are lonesome together. Well, for example, you can say, my favorite character is Bambi. Now, I associate with Bambi because I'm quiet, innocent. I'm small.
You proceed with caution.
I proceed with caution. I'm afraid of fires. Now, from Bambi's perspective, Bambi had Thumper, and Bambi had Mama, and Bambi had all these animals with a new thing, and actually Bambi was alone, right? If you think about it, Bambi was a big journey into life we all have to go through. And every one of these Disney characters, if you look at the story, it's probably the same thing too. Like, I forgot the name of this, the robot one. What's the robot one again? Name? No, the new one. Yeah, that one. He was going through his journey too. Wally. Okay, I want to take this one.
Speaking to inform is a demonstration talk, and that's actually a great manual. I haven't started speaking from it yet, but I know Michelle has started speaking from it, and it allows you to pick different topics that you can inform the group about. It could be about social media. It could be about how to use your PDA. It could be about anything.